Thank you, Mayor. I'd like to introduce our guest speaker, John Adame.
My daughter told me to speak up. Ladies and gentlemen, fellow veterans, honored guests, good morning.
Good morning.
The War Department is sorry to inform you that your son has given his life in the performance of his duty. It is our hope that the passing days will bring you comfort and consoling pride in your son's unselfish service. His name will be an honored one among all who have been privileged to know him. These are the words that were sent out during World War II and similar ones that are now being sent out to families of our fallen heroes in our current conflict, who may have shown their love for our country by sacrificing their lives for us. General George S. Paz once said, "You let the other soldiers die for his country, you live for yours." Unfortunately, some must die so others may live. Whether they died in a heroic act or just in a battle, one death is not one above the other. The first time I ever attended a military funeral was when I was 5 or 6 years old. I remember seeing men in uniform and a coffin covered by a flag. I remember hearing a lot of crying. I heard a gun salute, and after each volley, the crying got louder. When taps was played, all of a sudden, crying stopped for a few moments. As a youngster, I recall watching war movies on Saturday afternoons. I noticed that when one of the good guys was killed, there was a short pause in the action. This is what I thought war was really like. When a hero lost his life in battle, everything would stop. I was called into service 42 years ago. I swore allegiance to this country, and in a few months I was on the foreign land fighting a war. I soon learned that what I had learned in war from the movies I watched as a child was not what war was really like. I learned that death in battle is all too common. There was no pause in the action when a soldier fell. It just went on until one side or the other broke the engagement. I remember hearing cries for help or for a medic. We would help the wounded as best we could. As a soldier fell to his death, there was no time to grieve. Help was only rendered to those who had a chance of surviving the injuries. As the battle raged on, some of the wounded knew they would not live to see the end of the battle. Their cries for help turned to cries for their mothers, their fathers, their wives, their children. I personally heard many cries for their mothers. As you parents know, when your child would get hurt, they would come crying for mommy or daddy. I heard those cries as adults. These heart-wrenching cries still resonate in my mind. I will never forget them. Yes, your sons, brothers, husbands, fathers thought of you while breathing the last breaths on earth. They had done their duty and paid the ultimate price for our freedom. It is hard to put out of your mind that feeling of holding your brother, for all us in battle are brothers, in your arms, and there is nothing you can do to help. We had shared each other's thoughts and feelings. We knew each other better than some of our families knew us. Some of us may not have gotten to get along during our time off the battlefield, but in the field of battle, we watched for each other. We attended each other's wounds and comforted each other when we were in pain, be it physical or mental pain. You feel so helpless and useless when you realize that the end is near. I was lucky enough to return home from the fields of battle, and on return, I was assigned to a stateside post to fulfill my obligation. As part of my duties, I was assigned to an honor guard. We performed this duty sometimes 3 times a day. It was a good feeling to see so many people, so many of the fallen soldiers' family, friends, and others who just wanted to pay their final respects to a fallen hero. Again, taps was played and the cries of grief momentarily stopped. I was now experiencing what I was not allowed to do on the field of battle, given time to really grieve. This time I was joining my grief with the family he had cried out for with his last breaths. Though I did not know the fallen soldier, they were lowered into the ground. He was my brother, and he was dead. I am speaking to you and anyone in this country and places around the world where our dead are buried or memorialized, who at this time are attending a memorial service such as this. I ask you not to honor them just on this day. They are the ones who have given us the freedom to enjoy what we have. When you walk away from the service, give this beautiful monument one last look. Whether your loved one's name is honored or not, give them a simple thank you. I feel that's what they really want. This is a holiday weekend, and many are out enjoying vacation spots around the nation. Some not even remembering what this day is all about. Not even taking a moment to remember those who have made the ultimate sacrifice. Even now, when we have men and women engaged in battle and paying their supreme price, we must step up our efforts to remind this nation what this day is all about. I will now offer a simple means to remember and honor their sacrifice. Anytime you see a flag or you pass by a flag, just stop for a moment and say, thank you. I'm sure they will hear it. Remember that that flag they unselfishly defended, draped their casket before they were lowered into the ground. That flag gave them the right to be declared American heroes. A hero is defined one who commits an act of remarkable bravery and who has great courage. Who can stand up right now and say they do not fit this definition? The following is written on a plaque on the island of Corregidor, the Philippines. It is a fitting tribute to those who have given their lives in battle. Sleep, my sons, your duty done, for freedom's light has come. Sleep in your hallowed bed of sod, or in the silent depths of the sea, until at dawn you hear the clear, low reveille of God. The author is unknown. So in conclusion, I say to you who have lost brothers in battle, and to you who have lost loved ones in the cause of freedom, do not let their sacrifice be forgotten. Thank you.